Hi guys, good evening and good morning as well. Thank you so much. First of all, apologies guys. Actually, morning I was little bit sick. Not only in morning, even now also I'm little bit sick. I forgot to inform you. Sorry for that. Please don't mind it. So, yes, in the yesterday class we completed cyber collision process. So, second topic as per the network and cyber attacks is MITRE attack framework. Once we are going to complete this one, then we can start about category of the network and cyber and application attacks. So MITRE is an institution or organization. Basically, this is from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. It's one of the topmost university in the USA or North America. So this institution, they are trying to do how the attacker will do the hacking capability. Not only the hacking capability, even it will provide the defensive mechanism also. So cyber collision process is only offensive mechanism. How the attacker is doing the hacking, but MITRE attack framework not only it will provide the offensive mechanism, but also it will provide the defensive also. Nothing but red team capability, attacker capability, plus blue team capability also. Everything it is called it is MITRE attack framework. Before going to definition about MITRE attack framework, what is A meaning here? Adversary. So adversary means you know already is a hacker or intruder or threat actor. So that is about A. T means tactics. So attacker will use 14 tactics as per MITRE attack framework. And T means technique here. So attacker will use more than 500 plus techniques. And these techniques are not like a constant in nature. These techniques will vary from how the attacker pattern or behavior. So based on the attacker capabilities tried, how he can compromise the respect to targeted mission. So T means techniques here. And finally CK. CK means knowledge base, like a database. So if you are combining these terminology, what attacker will do? Attacker will use different types of tactics and techniques and finally compromise the system. And also MITRE attack is providing the how to mitigate and also how to prevent and what is the solution. That is MITRE attack framework. If you know about attack abbreviation, you know about what is MITRE attack framework. That's it. A means adversary. So attacker or threat actor or intruder or attacker, you will use different types of tactics and techniques and procedure. Then you will compromise the system. And also to prevent or to mitigate or to remediate or to block, we can use different types of solutions or mitigations as a part of the knowledge base. So that is about MITRE attack framework. Okay. So now how we can define this one part of the definition point of view? It is centralized knowledge base. Attacker will use TTP, tactics, techniques, and also procedures. How the attacker will do hacking, and also it will provide defensive mechanism like prevention or solution or mitigation or safeguard. So that is about MITRE attack framework. Now who will use this one? So now this is a combination of both. MITRE attack framework is a combination of both offensive from the attacker point of view, and also defensive mechanism. So that is about MITRE ATT&CK framework. Now, who are all people can use by this MITRE ATT&CK framework? MITRE ATT&CK framework can be used by, or couple of times we can call MITRE. Don't get confusion. So different people, they will call it different pronunciation. So some of the people, they will call it as a MITRE, and some of the people, they will call MITRE, but both are same. MITRE or MITRE attack framework can be used by blue team, nothing but our SOC team. Blue team is means SOC team. Red team, every organization nowadays, they are recruiting hacking capability, but they are not really hackers. Red team, threat hunters, they will take care of threat hunting capability. Malware analysis team, they will work on the malware analysis. A cyber security analyst, and also reverse engineering team. So these are all the people can be used by MITRE ATT&CK framework or MITRE ATT&CK framework. Now, as per MITRE ATT&CK framework, what they have done, these tactics and techniques and procedure and solution and mitigation and remediation and prevention, they define based on the three different types of category of the attacks. One is enterprise level, second one is mobile level, third one ICS, industrial control system. Let's go and see now here. So I will open MITRE ATT&CK framework website now. So as per the MITRE ATT&CK framework, you can go to matrices or tactics or techniques and even defenses also. So so here enterprise level. Whenever we are referring the enterprise level of the organization, in between 10,000 plus employees or 10,000 plus users are existing. Those organizations we can call it as enterprise level. So there are three different types of level of the companies. One is small scale industry. It's like a startup companies. So in between the end users like a 0 to 1000. So next one, medium scale industry. So here end users are like 1000 to 10,000. And next one is enterprise level. Whenever we are referring the enterprise level, those companies we can call it as CMM 5 level companies, or big data companies, or multinational MNC companies. Those companies we can call it as enterprise level. In this enterprise level, total number of the end users are 10,000 plus. Okay. So that is the reason in couple of job description also we can see enterprise level of the SOC analyst, enterprise level of the EDR analyst, enterprise level of the firewall guy, enterprise level of the security analyst. In such a way, we can see enterprise, meaning here whatever customer or client do they have, so requirement is belongs to enterprise level. Meaning here more number of the end users are available in their organization, whoever you want to support it. Now go back here. What MITRE ATT&CK organization or framework has done. So they classified these overall attacks and mitigations, offensive and defensive mechanism as a three category of the business verticals. Those three business verticals are, one is the enterprise level. So nothing but it's a multinational companies or CMM 5 level companies or big data companies. Those organization contains very high number or large number of the end users. So that's the first category. What is the second category? It's a mobile oriented. Whoever is developing the mobile side, like maybe Samsung or Apple or Realme or OneMe or maybe Redmi, all these will fall under mobile oriented tactics and techniques and procedures they provided. In the similar ICS, ICS full form is Industrial Control System. So couple of companies will fall into industrial control system like IIoT, Industrial Internet of Things. That may be SCADA, PLC, Programmable Logic Array, MATLAB. That may belongs to aviation, electrical, civil, mechanical. Those companies will fall under ICS. That is nowadays we are calling it as IIoT. What is IIoT? Industrial Internet of Things. Those companies especially. So example, maybe you can take Quest Global, Honeywell, Robert Bosch. So these are all industrial based companies as well, not only product development companies. They are taking care of the ICS oriented as well. Okay, so this is the way they categorized based on the three level of the business vertical. One is enterprise level, second is mobile level, and also ICS side. So now we can focus on the enterprise level. So why? Because most of the companies all over the worldwide, it belongs to the enterprise or maybe small or medium scale industries. Okay. As per enterprise level, tactics. So how many tactics are existing? 14 tactics. Techniques are 500 plus techniques. If you are combining all those 14 tactics, each and every tactic has a sub techniques. And also procedures. So they will use different types of procedure. It is more than 500 plus once again. So these are the 14 tactics and also techniques attacker can use to compromise any targeted mission. Now go back on the tactic. One of the tactic we can go now. We can go to enterprise level. So reconnaissance. So for example, we can go to lateral movement. So lateral movement meaning here, if one system is getting compromised, attacker can move into networking and also he can compromise the other system also. So that entire process we can call it as a lateral movement. For example, we can call it worm. If I want to say our day-to-day practical life, coronavirus. If one person is infecting because of the coronavirus, other people also get coronavirus or maybe cold. If one person is getting cold, other people also will get cold. So these are all like a lateral movement or worm. Basically, corona is not a virus. Corona is a worm. Anyway, they given as a virus name. That's okay, fine. So now lateral movement is a technique. What is lateral movement? If one system is getting compromised through networking protocols, attacker can move other system also. He'll compromise other system also. So that is called lateral movement. That's what they are saying. The adversary, nothing but attacker, is trying to move through your environment. So that will compromise more than one system because of one system is getting compromised. If I'm clicking on this tactic now, so there are different types of techniques will fall under those tactic. What the tactic we are discussing now? Lateral movement. So what attacker can use different types of techniques are to compromise any targeted mission, any targeted system, exploitation remote services that may be through RDP. So internal spear phishing. Attacker will send one of the spear phishing email, either one user or group of the users. In this scenario or in this context, it is more than one user. So lateral tool transfer. So once again, he is transferring the tool or files for more than one person. A remote service session hijacking. Attack is trying to compromise more than one person through RDP or maybe through SSH terminal. SSH hijacking. So all these are different types of lateral movement techniques attacker can use so that he can compromise more than one system by compromising one system. That is called lateral movement techniques. Okay. So now, if you are going for one of the technique, click on any one of the technique, whatever you like. Now this will provide internal spear phishing. Sorry. Yeah. Now, once you are clicking on any of the technique here now, attacker can use the procedure as well. So how each and every technique it is using by different types of procedure. Now we clicked on the one of the technique name is called internal spear phishing email. attacker can send the email to either single user or group of the users. Example, maybe attacker will send one of the email to manager or maybe entire team also, like a distribution list or group list, so that attacker can compromise one system or more than one system. In our scenario, more than one system is called lateral movement. For that one, what are the different types of procedure attacker will use? So Gamerdan group, it's one of the, okay, so procedure example. In the similar way, hexane. In the similar way, Kimaski. In the similar way, Leviathan. And the similar operation dream job. So these are all the different types of techniques attacker will use using spear phishing email, and attacker can compromise more than one system for lateral movement side. Now, so up to here now, whatever we discussed is offensive mechanism, tactics, techniques, and procedure. So as I said, so MITRE attack framework is not only giving about how the attacker will do hacking, but also it is giving a preventive mechanism as well. What is that preventive mechanism? So these are all mitigations now. It will detect and also it will provide mitigation as well. So how it will detect? Internal spear phishing category of the attack through application log, through network traffic. So finally, we have to take care of the mitigation. So that's why we can call it as combination of plus offensive plus defensive mechanism. Once you are clicking on the application log once again, what is this application log? Content it contains, everything it can provide. So these are the different types of ways how we can take care of overall mitigation side. So that's why we can say it's a combination of offensive plus defensive. That is MITRE or MITRE attack framework and cyber kill chain processes dedicated to offensive from the attacker point of view. Now we can go and we can see. So about procedures are more. I think 1000 plus processor attacker can use, because each and every technique once again sub procedure is available. Now mainly we can discuss about tactics. What are the different tactics? So maybe techniques and procedure will change because of the how the attacker is trying to do the hacking. So these are all dynamic in nature. Techniques and procedures are dynamic in nature because of how attacker will do hacking. But tactics, it will not change. Always it is constant. It is like a static in nature. Now we can see about dedicated to tactics. What are the different types of tactics attacker will use? 14. Those 14 are recon, reconnaissance, so here attacker will gather the information, or attacker will use selection of the target. That is called recon. Yesterday also we discussed. Second one is resource development. So in this phase, what attacker will do? Attacker, it will identify trying to establish a resource so that it can support his operation, how to do hacking, like operational support kind of thing. So what is third one? We have initial access. After gaining the resource reconnaissance and resource development, he will try to enter into our organization using initial access. So later what attacker will use? Execution. You will execute the payload, or maybe you will execute so vulnerability identification, and finally you will execute that payload content on the targeted mission. And next one is so persistence. Continuously he will see whether is there any vulnerability is existing, so that I can go and I can compromise the system or targeted mission. So later privilege escalation he will do. So to compromise one system, and so that attacker will gain, so sorry, attacker will compromise one role access, and so that he will gain the higher level of the access. Privilege meaning here access, grant, or permission. So maybe attacker will initially gain the user level of the access. From the user level of the access, attacker will gain the admin level of the access, or maybe you will gain the root level of the access, or maybe pseudo level of the access in case it's a Unix operating system. So that one we can call it as privilege escalation. Escalation meaning here higher level. Higher level is called as so escalation part. Next one, seventh one here, we have defense evasion. What is defense evasion meaning here? After attack is compromising here, attacker will trying to avoid the detection part. Attack will compromise the system. Now he will try to, so whenever we are trying to do rerun the antivirus scans or we are trying to do the analysis, you will try to hide that one. So that is called defense evasion. Hiding from the any other security solution is called defense evasion. Next one, credential access. So in the credential access side, attacker will steal the credentials using the different types of mimic edge or maybe using password cracking tools. Couple of password cracking tools are available. Those password cracking tools are John the Ripper or mimic edge or even password hash or rainbow table or pass the hash using trial and error method. So that is the way how the attacker will gain the credential access. Even we have brute force attack as well. And next one we have discovery. In this phase, what attacker will do, he will try to figure out what is the environment, whether it is on premise or whether it is data center oriented or whether it is cloud oriented. So that is the way how he can do the discovery part. So next one, lateral movement. Already we discussed lateral movement. Once he will do the discovery and he will compromise one system so that he can move to other environments as well. Then he will compromise other systems also. That is called lateral movement. So next one, collection. So attacker will collect the data or attacker or adversary will trying to gather the what is the goal of the confidential data or structured data or maybe non-critical data or critical data. So that is the way how the attacker will do the collection or maybe trying to get the data. So next one, command and control. So attacker will get the remote control after compromising the targeted machine. Then he will control our machine through remote control and attacker will act as a bot header now. So he will control our system and we will act as a bot or zombie. Whatever attacker will say, we have to listen. Whatever attacker will operate, we have to listen and we have to follow that process or guidelines or rules or regulations or protocols. Finally, what attacker will do? Attacker will do data exfiltration. Attacker will copy the data. So then he will ask or he will do trying to do the blockmail or maybe he will expect cryptocurrency or digital currency or maybe he is trying to take the data as well. And the last but not least, we have impact. Because of either if you don't pay money, what is the business impact? How much money from the financial point of view we are going to lose? What is the reputation damage we are going to lose? What is the reputation impact from the organization point of view? So in case if the reputation damage, it will happen whether customers or clients, they can trust our organization or not. So this one is belongs to overall reputation of the company, even financial oriented, even people oriented as well. So this is the way how the attacker can use. These are the 14 different types of tactics so that he can use the different types of techniques and procedure. Then he can try to compromise the system. Out of all these, a very, very important one you have to remember, regularly they will ask couple of techniques. Each and every tactic, whatever I'm going to figure out now, you have to remember two techniques as well. One is persistence. What is my persistence? Continuous monitoring and also attacker can maintain the foothold and also can maintain without detecting using defense evasion. That is called persistence. Privilege escalation. Next one, lateral movement. Next one, data exfiltration. These four. At least forget about remaining 10, but at least these 4, you have to remember each and every tactic has 2 techniques. Not 2, even you have to remember 3 also. So if I'm giving for each and every tactic 4, 14 into 4, how many it will come? 56. For every tactic, you have to remember 4 techniques, meaning here, you have to remember 14 into 4, 56 techniques. But I'm filtering out in based on my experience, based on the other people, candidate people experience. So most of the interviews, they're expecting either persistence and also privilege escalation, lateral movement, and data exfiltration. These are techniques only. So here you have to remember at least 3 or 2, here 3, and also here 3, and here 3. That doesn't mean that remaining we have to ignore. Yes, we can remember other things as well, but these 4 are very, very important. As I said yesterday itself, I made one of the YouTube video also on this one. So one of the person is attended UST Global from Kerala based. So one of the multinational company. So most of the interview questions are based on the these MITRE attack framework only. They did not expect any recent incident investigation or log onboarding or correlation rule creation, nothing. So they are more focused on persistence, privilege escalation, lateral movement, and data exfiltration. Not only this one, recently Dell company is recruited approximate 75 cybersecurity analysts, and whoever took the client round of the interview also, mainly they focused on the attacker point of view, not the how we can take care of the detection mechanism. Meaning here you should be aware of the tactic and technique and procedure. Forget about mitigation. Mitigation we can use antivirus or EDR or DLP or firewall or proxy or maybe web application firewall or maybe DLP or file integrity monitoring and so on. But from the attacker point of how the attacker can use these tactics and techniques and procedure to compromise any targeted machine or system. Okay, so it's a very, very important, guys. I don't know whether you will focus on the other attacks or not, but MITRE attack or MITRE attack framework is one of the favorite interview question nowadays. Each and every interview are expecting that one. Okay, so as I said, you have to go to each and every one and you have to point out, figure out at least 3 techniques for whatever I given the filter out or important option. So what is mean by this one? Go back to here now. So go to enterprise level tactics. So example, I said lateral movement already completed. You go to privilege escalation. So what are the techniques attacker can use now? Account elevation control mechanism. Sorry guys. Second one, set UID, set GID. It's a Linux terminology. You have to define the UID and GID. So both are 3600. So those things we have to define. It's dedicatedly applicable to Unix operating system like Red Hat Enterprise Linux, CentOS, Docker, Container, Feroda, SUSE, all these. Okay. So this is one of the hardening benchmark also by the by. So this is another technique. In the similar way, bypass user account control. Attacker will bypass the user credentials, then he will try to compromise the admin username and password. So that is the way how the attacker can gain the higher authentication or higher privilege. So this is the third one. Sudo and sudo cache. So this is once again part of the Unix operating system. In case your username and password is storing part of this temporary storage or buffer, that one we can call cache or cache. So attacker can use those existing username and password. He will try to get the admin or user level of the access. In this similar way, there are so many elevated execution with the prompt. So in such a way, there are so many techniques are available. So what I'm trying to say here, so at least 3 to 4. It's very difficult to remember 500 plus techniques per all these 14 tactics. At least whatever I highlighted for these things, you can remember 3 to 4. There is no other option. Whether you will mug up or buy hat, or whether you will understand, it's completely up to you. Okay. So for these 4, you have to remember at least what are the techniques attacker will use. So that is about overall Maitri attack framework. So this Maitri attack framework, what are the interview questions maybe you can expect? Already I'm making one of the interview sheet. I'm not sure whether you are going through all these. So I created one of the, okay, sorry, I did not create under here. So I will try to download now itself.
Yes, sir, it is not accessible for us.
Yeah, one
Uh,
second.
that diagram is also not accessible. It is showing
Yeah, I will
only.
upload. I will upload that one as well. Sure.
Yes, thank you.
Welcome. Yeah, I uploaded this one and interview questions. So on each and every topic point of view is one thing. And also whoever is attended the interview with the companies, that may be EDR vacancy or vulnerability management vacancy. Why sheet is not updated? One second, guys.
We are also facing same issue. Um,
One second. Oh, it's not updating. Yeah, I will look into this issue tomorrow or maybe after this class, and I can rectify that one. Maybe I can copy paste. That's okay. So instead of going to my personal folder, so everything I can upload here itself. That's better for me. That one, I think I made it in my personal folder. Yeah, perfect. So these are all the interview questions. Now interview questions are, for example, you can take Sonota software and you can take example entity data. So I'll provide what is the vacancies for as well. And also this is UST Global and this is for Lucas. So this is on the daily basis I can upload. These are all whoever student is attending the interviews. I'm gathering all those interview questions I can upload here. Additionally, what I promised you to on the topic wise, what is my topic here? So whatever we are going to discuss about each and every course content point of view. So according to this course content point of view also, I can make a interview questions and I can upload it. Okay, please go through that one also. Yeah, go back to our sheet now. Yeah, why I brought this topic now? Whenever, so cyber killing process and also Maitri attack framework topic they will bring at the time of the interview. There are 4 to 5 questions you have to remember. Anyway, I can upload that one. So what is cyber killing process? That is the first question. So just you have to provide the definition and you have to provide the steps. That's it. So second question is, so they will ask like take one of the practical scenario attack and explain about using cyber collision process. So that is about second question. So maybe any attack, whatever you like. Third question, what is the difference between a cyber collision process versus Maitri attack framework? So that is the third question. Okay. So now what is the fourth question? How can you or how are you utilizing Maitri attack framework in your organization? How are we utilizing basically Mitrative framework? We are integrating with EDR tool. We are integrating with the SIM tool. And whenever any security instant attack is doing by the attacker, we will come to know what is the tactics attacker is used and what is the techniques attacker is used and what is the procedure attacker is used. Even we know about what is the mitigation of preventive mechanism. In such a way, we are utilizing MITRE attack framework in my organization. We are integrating with the EDR tool. We are integrating SIM tool as well. So that is the way you have to give the answer. Okay. So as I said, there are 4 to 5 questions we can expect. Not only that one, each and every tactic also, as I said. So couple of tactics, very important one. That doesn't mean that you have to ignore remaining 10. You should be aware of the remaining 10 as well. So you have to remember at least 2 or 3 techniques for each and every tactic wise. So that is about overall cyber kills in process and MITRE attack framework. Okay. So these definitions maybe you can ask now, why you are not discussing? Anyway, we are discussing part of whatever 70 attacks we are going to discuss. That is the reason I'm not explaining all these attacks under the MITRE attack framework. Okay. So that's all about 2 different types of frameworks, what we are using as from the attacker point of view, like offensive mechanism, and also as per the offensive plus defensive mechanism, attacker and also solution point of view. So that's it now. Now we are going to discuss about different types of category of the cyber and network and application attacks. Types of network, cyber, or OAS top 10. In your batch, I will include wireless also. So far, whatever classes I took it for previous batches. So I never taught, okay, wireless category of the attacks. I'm planning to introduce new category of the attack is wireless also. So these attacks we are going to discuss. So first category, I can say authentication failure category. Second category, malware category. Third one, we are going to discuss about spoofing category. Fourth one, we are going to discuss about flooding category. So next one, we are going to discuss about voice top 10 category. This is dedicated applicable to application side. Next one, we are going to discuss about wireless, as I said just now, or Wi-Fi. Next one, we are going to discuss about other categories in case something we missed out. Others or miscellaneous. So these are all the couple of attacks we are going to discuss. If we are combining all these attacks, we are getting approximate 70 attacks. So these attacks only should be aware of what is the attack name, attack description, and also definition, and finally mitigation steps. These attacks only regularly, irrespective of the security domain. That may be endpoint or network or cyber or cloud or maybe infrastructure or maybe mobile. For everything, it is applicable to these attacks. Okay. Approximate 70 plus we are going to discuss. So let's start now. First one is malware category. Why? Because why I'm going with malware category? One of the dangerous category of the attacks. So malware is a malicious software program code. So it is a one of the category of the attack. So it is like flavor. Under this flavor of the malware category, there are different types of malware category of the attacks it will fall under. So before going to what is malware or what are the malware category types, first we can discuss about what is malware category. What is malware? It's a malicious software program code or malicious software. So now first you can take first three letters of malicious. What the first three letters of the malicious is mal, and last four letters of the software is where. Now if you are combining these two, that is called as a malware. Nothing but malicious software program code. Who will create this malicious software? Malicious software program code using different types of programming languages can be created by the attacker. That may be using the Java programming language or ASP.NET framework, or maybe using the Python or PowerShell or HTML or JavaScript, or maybe using the different types of programming languages. This malicious or abnormal or suspicious or illegitimate or unauthorized code can be created by the attacker. Then finally, based on the cyber process, you will inject into the targeted machine. After that, what he will do, he will try to see the is there any vulnerability existing. Continuously he will monitor, and whenever any vulnerability is existing, you will try to exploit that one, so that you will compromise the system. Then final command and control will be taken care by the attacker. In such a way, attacker will gain the unauthorized access or sensitivity exposure, or maybe he will ask money, or maybe he will take the data, or maybe will expect digital currency like a cryptocurrency, and so on. So that is about malware or malicious software program code. Malware will be developed by attacker or intruder or hacker or adversary or threat actor for malicious activity or abnormal activity or illegitimate activity or suspicious activity. So that he will gain the unauthorized, so that attacker will gain not authorized access, unauthorized access. Unauthorized access or data exfiltration or sensitive data exposure or data breach or data violation. So that is about overall introduction about malware category of the attack. Now, 1 second guys, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute, 1 second, hold on a minute. Apologies, case. Actually, I got one of the call. Apologies for that. Okay. So now coming back here under malware, how we can, what are the synonyms, or sorry, before going to how the malware is coming via different types of ways. There are file oriented malware and also fileless oriented malware. Okay. Malware mechanisms are file oriented malware and fileless oriented malware. What is file oriented malware meaning here? So compulsory malware will come via any file that may be either .dll, .ppt PowerPoint presentation, .doc, .excel, .csv, or any other formatting of the files using macros also. So that is called file oriented malware. What is fileless oriented malware? It's very rare cases like a PowerShell execution or Python execution or Windows based registry keys or maybe lol bins or maybe through um, any other scripting programming execution is called as fileless oriented. It does not contain any file. It contains only process. That is called fileless oriented malware. So file oriented malware meaning here compulsory through file only that malware it will appear. So it contains hash value also. So that's called file oriented malware, and fileless oriented malware is without any file like a process execution. We can go and we can identify fileless oriented. So that is the difference between file oriented versus fileless oriented. So in the file oriented malware, malware will happen through using hash value and also through file. So any file format basically. So that may be .dll or maybe .doc or .ppt or .csv or .exe or .html extra. So that is called file oriented. It's a mandatory thing is hash value. That means integrity of the file. What is fileless oriented malware? So through process execution, it will occur without any file using process execution only. Examples are lol bins, leaving of the land binaries, second one is PowerShell execution or Python execution or Perl execution, all these. Next one, WMI, Windows messaging instrumentation, and also Windows registry keys. It is not file oriented. It does not contain any file. It's a fileless. So we can discuss more on lol bin side. So these are the two different types of malware mechanisms will fall under file oriented versus fileless oriented mechanisms. Now,
Hi, okay, sir.
yeah, please.
Can you explain what is the lol pins means? Today in YouTube also there is one interview question regarding like that.
Yeah, this one I'll explain. Separate topic is there. I will explain that one.
Means example anything.
Yeah, all these are examples only. PowerShell and also WMI, Windows registry keys. So all these different types of programming language they can use. It does not contain any file. For example, so if you are going for Windows registry keys, Windows PowerShell example. So attacker can use this PowerShell and running the couple of scripts. So where is that PowerShell? Not PowerShell. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So there are 5 registry keys. So 5 registry keys every computer, every laptop contains are: one is H key, root level. All these are process oriented. It does not contain any file. Whether it is a file, no, it's not a file. It's a process. So this one of the registry key. In the similar way, current user is one of the process. Machine is one of the process. And one more registry key is users. One more registry key is current configuration. Using this one, even it's legitimate. What attacker will use by using these legitimate processes, he can try to make it like illegitimate so that he can gain the unauthorized access. That is the example of the lolwins. In the similar way, so Windows Perl is one of the programming language, and also Windows PowerShell is one of the programming language. So those are all we can use for the our legitimate purpose. But what attacker can use, he will try to make a malicious content and he will try to execute. So that is like a lolwins. So that is the way how we can differentiate file oriented and file list oriented. Coming back to lolwins side, this is one of the practical example. Once again, we can discuss in-depth analysis once we are going to lolbin category of the attack. Is it clear?
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. So that is the reason when I given demo also, you should aware of the basic knowledge on the system also if you want to enter into the cybersecurity field. So there are 3 conditions I provide. So how to operate a system, and also second one is 10 plus 2 plus 3 degree, and also third one is communication skills. But anyways, so there is nobody is perfect in this world. We have to learn everything. So coming back, symptoms of the malware. How we can identify maybe malware is compromised on our end user machine. That may be laptop or MacBook or workstation or desktop. Example, system performance issues, system slowness, and also CPU utilization will reach very high. And also RAM utilization will reach very high. Bandwidth utilization will reach high. Next one, automatic restarts. Without knowing from our side, our system will restart. Automatic shutdown. Cursor movement, when you're clicking on one website, it will move into some other website. So all these examples of the symptoms of the malware. Okay. So now sources of the malware. What are the different sources of the malware? First one is drive-by downloads. What is meant by drive-by downloads? Something you are downloading one of the file from the X or Y or G website. Maybe I am downloading one of the movie from iBomma. Maybe I am downloading one of the Nmap tool from the Google. Or maybe I am downloading one of the Wireshark tool from X website. So maybe if I don't have the antivirus or EDR agent, maybe my antivirus or EDR agent is sleeping, or maybe unknown or inactive. In that scenario, what will happen? My system will get compromised. So how the attack is happening? Using drive-by downloads. Some of the malicious content is downloading by the end user, even through phishing email malware attachment. Okay, so that is the first option. Downloading malicious file from the websites. Enter a question. What is meant by drive-by downloads? Downloading the malicious files from websites or applications is called as drive-by downloads. Second one, phishing email malware attachment. Attacker will send couple of mail malware attachment that is belongs to malicious content is existing. That may be invoice copies. That may be lottery emails. That may be job vacancies. So in such a way, they will attach some of the malicious files. And if you are downloading that one, so obviously, in case your EDR agent is not working, our system will get compromised. So that is the second one. Third one, removable devices. So our we can say example of the removable devices like a pen drive or USB or memory stick or external hard disk. So all these are example. You are copying any of the files from through removable devices or maybe three peripheral devices. So these are the malwares are entering into our system. So these are the sources of the malware. Okay. Now we discussed about what is malware and what is malware mechanisms and what are the symptoms of the malware and what is the sources of the malware. Now malware types are or malware attacks are, there are several attacks under this one: virus, worm, Trojan, rat, remote access Trojan. So next one, spyware, adware, keyloggers or keystrokers, or key logging. All these are synonyms. Mimikatz, logic bomb, rootkit, ransomware, botnet, privilege escalation, zero day, PUP, potential unwanted program, hacking tool, yeah. So these are all the couple of malware category of the attacks. If I missed out something, I will add those one as well. So, but these are all the main malware category of the attacks. Okay. So now we have to discuss about each and every category of the malware, how and also what is the description and what is the definition and also what is the mitigation. By the by, all malware category of the attack mitigations are by default antivirus or EDR or XDR. So that is the first solution we have to implement. Second one, next generation firewall. So we have to in the network side, if any malware is entering into our organization side, it will scan and it will identify is there any malware is existing. Example, phishing email. Third one, malware analysis tools. Fourth one, email gateway or email security solution. So these are all the different types of solution we have to use to take care of all malware category of the attacks, irrespective of whether it is a virus or worm or Trojan. So all these 18, whatever we are discussing, 16 category of the attacks, everything will fall under, okay, malware category. For each and every malware category of the attack, mitigation is same as it is. And one more thing I forgot just now, we discussed lol bins also. Leaving off the land binaries. So for all these 16 or 17 or 18, whatever it may be, if you want to mitigate, so these are all the different types of solutions we have to implement in the endpoint side and also network side or perimeter side, and also in the DMZ or DMZ zone side, and also even we have to implement once again on the network or trust zone side, so that we can mitigate or we can eradicate or we can prevent or we can safeguard from all malware category of the attacks. So that is the first category. Okay, now if you are going for second category, yeah, once one after the other we are going and we are going to discuss about all this. First one is virus. So virus, so whenever all this category of the attack we are explaining to someone, by default you can say it's a malicious software program code. It's a malicious software program code. Okay, so because malware is a category, under the category all the subcategory or types will fall under. Now, so virus is a category of the malware. Now, what is the malware we differentiated? What is the definition we provided here? It's a malicious software program code. It can be developed by the attacker. Same way, virus also. So malicious software program code, attacker will develop and he will inject into the targeted machine so that attacker will gain the unauthorized access sensitive data exposure. So that is called virus. It is a malicious software program code and the attacker will inject into targeted machine using different types sources of the malware so that attacker will compromise based on cyber kill chain process, and the attacker will gain unauthorized access or sensitive data exposure. So that is called virus. Now, what is the keyword you have to remember now? Part of the virus. Virus is a self-replication within a system. So this is very, very important. For each and every attack, you can remember one of the keyword. Otherwise, you'll get a lot of confusion. Virus is a self-replication within a system. Meaning here, whenever any virus category of the attack is happening, so it is completely will compromise and it is applicable to that system only. Maybe example. So one of the file I'm using as a .exe file. Its self-replication it's happening. It will not go to other system, but within my laptop or within my MacBook or within my workstation or desktop or my mobile, it will replicate other file extensions. That may be so .exe1, .exe2, .exe3 and so on. So that is called self-replication. In Telugu, if you want to say pilakalu something, we can say, right? So same way, it will self-replicate within the other extensions also, not on same extension. So within a system, it will not go to other system. That is called virus. Now, if you want to mitigate this one, what we have to do? We have to implement all these solutions. Mitigations of virus or eradication or prevention. What we have to do? We have to implement below solution. What are the solution we have to implement? Antivirus and EDR. Next one, you have to implement next generation firewall. Next one, we have to implement malware analysis tools. Next one, you have to implement email gateway or email security solution. So this is the way how we can prevent virus attack. In the history also, there are last devastating category of the attack it's happening. So that one we can discuss tomorrow morning. So that is about virus. Now what is worm? Worm also same as it is. It's a malicious software program code, and attacker will inject that malicious code into target machine, and he will compromise the end user system or target machine as per cyberrkcybertechnology process. Because of the malicious infected system, through networking protocols, other systems also will get compromised. That is worm. Worm is equivalent to coronavirus now, as I said previously. If one system is get compromised, through that infection will go to other system also via networking protocols. That may be TCP or UDP or ICMP or ARP or RARP and so on. So that is called worm. It's nothing but lateral movement. Lateral movement also same as it is. So what is worm here now? Same here up to here. So worm is, it is a malicious software program code, and attacker will inject into target machines so that attacker will compromise based on the cyberrkcybertechnology process, and attacker will gain the unauthorized sensitive exposure. So now additionally, if one system is getting compromised by worm, through networking protocols or through network otherwise, other systems also will get compromised. Is called as a worm. This is the keyword you have to remember. So now what is the additional one more keyword? It's a self-replication within a network. It's within a single system. Within a single system is virus, but it is the entire network. Not, it is self-replication within a entire local area network. Meaning here, overall other systems also will get compromised. So that is called self-replication. This infection will go to other system also, whatever other devices are connected in the entire local area network. That is called worm. Okay. This is what I said. For each and every attack, you can remember these, keyword, so that you can differentiate one attack with another attack. Now mitigation, same as it is. We have to implement all these solutions. So we have to implement antivirus EDR and XDR. We have to implement next generation firewall, malware analysis tools, and also email gateway or email security solution. Okay. So that is about worm. So tomorrow for these two these two attacks, I will give one practical example. What happened in the history and how the business impact it's happened. Okay. So that's all for today. And as I said, please don't skip next 5 to 6 classes. All these 70 category of the attacks, if you want to discuss, it will take at least 7 to 8 classes, because we have to discuss about each and every attack and also mitigation. Okay. So that's all for today evening, guys. Do you have any questions? Any questions?
Sir, I have one question regarding to job oriented. Is security related jobs, is there any freelancing jobs also available?
Yeah, freelancer, couple of times part-time jobs are available. Yes, it is. And also even if you are going to freelancer.com website, so there are so many vacancies are available. So you have to post your profile there, and you have to complete couple of certifications as well, and you have to bid. It's like a tendering process. Hi, Karthik. So you have to make a tendering, and once you are providing the tendering, and in case your proposals are accepted by the customer or client, then you will get opportunity. Once you are delivering that project, yes, they will give or they will pay money based on how much you are based a bidding part. Yes, it is available.
Certifications or also we can do.
Sorry.
Master should do. We have required certifications also, sir.
No, certification is not required, but it's better to have, and also it's better to have more
Yeah.
experience. You can go and you can see freelancer website. There are so many people are earning money like a part-time consultant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any
Yeah,
other?
thank you, sir.
Welcome, no problem.
Sir, whatever we are discussing, security solutions like VDR, XDR, those all solutions are configured in firewall.
No. So all are completely dedicated single solution, not part of the firewall. Firewall also has one of the option, but all whatever solution we are discussing, completely each and every tool is different, complete dedicated tool.
Okay.
Any other?
Thank you.
Welcome. That's why we said endpoint security domain, network security domain, cyber security domain, and so on. Any other?
Sir, I heard out regarding for network security also same attacks will fall, right?
Yeah, network security also same attacks will fall under like URL filtering, wireless or DLP, and also malware category. Yeah, same as it is.
So we are confusing little bit about wireless ransomware.
Forget about wireless. That one completely Wi-Fi monitoring side. So that one is dedicatedly applicable to wireless LAN or Wi-Fi side. I should not bring the topic here, but anyways, I'm introducing that one also part of our course content now onwards. So nowadays, even through wireless also, attacker are entering into the organization side. So example, they will do session hijacking, or maybe they will make one of the what is that we can call it as honeypot, and he will try to enter in case you are using weak username and password. You will try to compromise our password. In such a way, we can enter into the wireless or Wi-Fi side. So ransomware is different and wireless is different. Wireless is nothing but Wi-Fi oriented. Yes. Any other?
So these attacks will mostly to internet only, right? Most of the attacks.
No, scope of the work maybe it is different. Even through application also it is possible. Even through maybe endpoint also possible. Even through network also it is possible. Even through mobile also it is possible. I cannot commit only through network all these attacks it will appear. It depending on what type of selection of the target. Any other? Okay, then thank you so much and see you tomorrow at 7:30.
Sir,
And whatever.
I had doubt regarding for startup company, is there any retake percentage required for it?
Sorry, can you please repeat, Nagarjuna?
For startup company,
Mm.
startup company, what is the minimum retake criteria required?
No, there is no minimum criteria. So as I said, 10 plus 2 plus 3 is a bachelor of degree. That is sufficient if you want to enter into any startup company also. And yeah, maybe fresher may be a little bit difficult, but if you are experienced, that is fine. You can go and you can easily crack anywhere startup companies also.
Okay. Means retake percentage 69 means easy to eligible.
No, that is not at all, Nagarjuna. Don't worry about that one. That is your fresher meaning here. We have to worry about all those. So don't worry about your experienced guy. So no need to worry about.
One
Yeah.
of my colleague has called you regarding this query only. So
Yeah, only maybe I will agree with you one point on this one, especially TCS and also Infosys. These two companies throughout your 10th and 12th and also bachelor of degree, they can expect, I think, 65 plus percentage only. So, but only these two companies, I think remaining all other companies, they can consider only experience.
That guy has done IT in the BTech. From diploma, he came to BTech. He has done in IT. But he has a percentage of 59. He was a 22 caster. So what?
Yeah,
So,
he can try to apply jobs and he can get it easily. Doesn't matter about the percentage. Just marks are different and practical work experience is different. He can eligible for so many companies, except maybe 3 or 4 companies. That's it.
okay, can you please forward that companies because he is
Yes.
not because he is having a 59 percentage and he is a fresher. From past 2 years, he don't have any job.
Yeah, just you can ask me. You can my number and ask him to call me back.
Okay, okay.
Welcome. Any other?
Mostly security jobs we have to work on client locations. Is there any available like work from home? Is
Yeah, couple of people are working work from. Even I am doing work from office only. I'm not going to office. I'm completely working more than 4 years from work from home option only. Yeah, depends on which company you are selected. Completely depending on you. Not depending on you, sorry, depending on company. So even remote jobs also available. But nowadays, because of already there is no infection and there is no criteria, so compulsory we have to go to office, and couple of companies even they are providing options stating that hybrid work option is available, but very rare cases, maybe 10, not even 10% of the companies, 5% of the companies only they are giving completely permanent work from option. Any other? Okay, then thank you so much, guys. I will upload this particular video within half an hour, and tomorrow morning at 7:30 have class. And tomorrow, don't next to 6 to 7 class, don't skip the classes. All these attacks are very, very important, guys. Okay, so have a nice evening and good night.
Thank you.
thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much.